So welcome back. This is lesson number 8. And today we're going to go over our second chord, which is very similar to the first chord, and this will be a short lesson, E minor. So we'll go over later how chords are made, but if you are interested right away, I'll put a link to a video down below in the description. It's called How Chords Are Made. So if you know a little bit about theory and you'd like to have a look at that, feel free. But just remember, we will cover theory gradually throughout this course, okay? We'll gradually introduce it very slowly in bite-sized pieces over time. That's why I wanted to do this, because people tend to get overwhelmed if you give all the information at once. So this is going to be very small bits every time. And practice and go over it until you get it, and then go to the next one. And you can do that until you're able to play, okay? To be able to play songs, all right? So E minor, let's get right into it. It's your E chord, which you're probably familiar with by now, right? Because you've been practicing it. Just take your first finger off, that's it. And that's an E minor chord, okay? So I'll go over the fingering with you anyway. Here's the diagram. So the fingering is open 6th string, then you put again your third finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and your second finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. All the other strings stay open. Okay? And you can hear the difference. This is the E major, right? And then E minor, ooh, right? It has that feeling. So just so you can hear the difference between a major and a minor chord. And no matter what chord you're playing, they sound that way. They have that feeling. This is an A major, right? A minor, ooh, right? It feels like dark, a little bit dark, okay? Compared to the brightness of the major chord. So it's good to get a feeling for those sounds, because then you can pick up very quickly in a song whether they're playing a major or a minor. I want you to practice the E minor the same way you practice the E major and all the chords to come from now on. You're going to go one string at a time. Oh. And I don't even want you to finish picking the strings. You hear that? Okay, I hear that. What is that? Press down harder? There you go. Right? Then it works. That's how I want you to practice the chords. It could be also that this chord is not too complicated, so it's not likely that your fingers will be touching other strings, but it could happen with your third finger touching the string below, or your second finger touching the string below, which would sound like this, right? And lift your fingers, like you're popping your knuckles out or dropping your wrist, right? And then one string at a time. Once you get the chord clean and every string rings cleanly, then strum it once or twice or a few downstrokes, okay? And that's going to be it for this lesson. Remember, practice makes perfect. Just put the time in and you'll be able to do it. You know, a lot of times people say talented, right? Someone is talented. And I'm not saying that people don't have some inclination towards music, right? They're naturally attracted towards the instrument or the music. That makes sense. But I think a better word to use than talent is passion, right? You have to have passion to be able to practice anything, okay? Without it, you could have a temporary fire and excitement of I want to be able to solo, but that doesn't last very long if there's not that passion to learn it, the interest in learning the instrument, the interest in the small progresses that you make every day through practice. So try to focus on the small progresses, and hey, if the guitar doesn't resonate with you fully, find an instrument that you really love, you know? It's okay. It doesn't have to be the guitar. Find one that you love playing or singing maybe, whatever it is, or even gardening or painting, whatever your passion is, whatever the art is you love, poetry, doesn't matter. But whatever it is, choose something you have passion for. And if you have passion for the guitar, that will help you practice, right? If you find yourself struggling with practicing, then try to, review in your mind, like, why am I practicing? Do I really want to play, right? So you really want to play, then commit to it and put this time aside every day, because I promise you'll get better. But what we usually don't see about people, we say they're talented, that's sometimes a cop-out or an excuse. We say, oh, they're talented, and it gives us permission to just say, they naturally have it, right? and I don't. But the truth is that whoever you're talking about, whether it's Slash or Jimi Hendrix or Stevie Ray Vaughan, or I can name 1,000 people, right? Any good guitar player, any good musician, period, that's really, really good at their instrument has put in thousands of hours of doing very tedious practices, okay? So remember, whenever you see someone playing really well, remember how many times they probably played that song 1,000 times or 100 times, and probably played it very slow first and figuring it out and learning, and then they get better. And what we're learning in this course is all the ground, the basis of everything else. So these are the basics. These are the most important. Then you can go wherever you want. And then it's actually easy to learn songs. In other words, you learn all of the chords, you can play them, you can strum in different patterns. It becomes very automatic and natural. Once that happens, you can learn a song in like 5 minutes. You can learn a song in like an hour or even in a day, whatever it is. You learn songs very quickly after that. So remember, there's a learning curve. It goes like this, right? It's like practicing, building calluses, learning chords. It's taken me very long. And then it goes like that, right? Straight up. So don't worry about it. It gets easier and it gets faster, right? This is the tedious part that most people quit on. So don't quit. I'll see you in the next lesson.